You see, today, NSPPD is going to be different today. NSPPD is going to be very different today. So, there was a shocking miracle that came. And then my staff came to me and said to me, Pastor, I really think that this woman should come. And then we decided to invite her over so that you can see her, tell her story herself. Shocking is the word. Some of the testimonies that we've had recently is such that, that medical practice, even till tomorrow, finds it very unbelievable. They keep asking, okay, no, it's not possible. How can it? So, and it's like God has chosen to be doing this kind of miracles back to back. And so that is why we decided to bring this particular woman all the way from Kaduna to share the testimony with us. So please, NSPPDians, help me make welcome Rosemary Rhoda Brown Yakubu. Rosemary Rhoda Brown Yakubu, all the way from Kaduna. Celebrate her. She joins us online. Please come here. Come here. Come stand here with me. No, that's fine. How are you doing? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, these NSPPDians are watching. So you are a testimony. The Bible says by many infallible proofs, Jesus appeared unto his disciples. So you are a proof of what God can do, and that what our God cannot do does not exist. So, Rosemary, tell us, share with God's people with your own mouth. We see this thing in the video, and then we go like, okay, this testimony is coming. But right here, you are on the altar of fire. What happened? Tell us your testimony. I didn't hear it. So you just pointed out to it. I just said, okay, you know what? Let's hear it at the altar. Go ahead.
What God cannot do does not exist. I'm a living testimony. I'm that woman that God has shown mercy. It started last, I think in July. I was rushed. Sorry, Papa. I'm staying in Jos, but the RIP treatment took place in Kaduna State. I was rushed on a Sunday to Air Force Military Hospital, Jos, but they didn't really know what was wrong with me because I was unconscious, and I had on my lower abdomen a very sharp pain, as if I was cut with a knife. And before I knew anything, that was how I passed out. Luckily for my neighbors, it was on a Sunday. I was preparing to go to the office. I work with the West African Examinations Council, and we rounded up payment of supervisors. So on a Sunday, I was supposed to go to the office and clear up my decks, planning for the forthcoming marking exercise. That Sunday was when it all happened. And, I was shouting for help. My neighbors around heard my voice, now said, as usual, Rose is praying. They didn't know that I was in pains. I had to pick my phone, call my neighbor, and before I knew anything, I passed out. So they rushed me to Air Force Military Hospital. There, they couldn't even figure out what was wrong with me. I was there. They now said they should just take me to Jos University Teaching Hospital. I was taken there. There again, the doctors were just up and down, all over me, but no treatment was given to me, and I was dying. My siblings rushed all the way from Kaduna to Jos, and the situation was getting out of hand. They now say they need a referral. They want me out of this hospital. And I was taken out of that hospital to Reproductive Medical Center. There, they started the treatment. All this while, I wasn't working. I was assisted. I was raised. Anything that I'm doing now, they would just carry me to bathe. They would bathe me, feed me. I became a child. I don't even know what was going on with me. From there, I spent a week in that hospital. My brother now said no. That he's taking me to the military hospital that have international standard, which is 44. It's a reference hospital. If you know that hospital, you know what I'm talking about. There you see military men, wounded soldiers, different kind of, things going on in that hospital. I was taken into that hospital on a Sunday at night. I went for scanning. They scanned me. The result was supposed to be given to us, but the radiologist decided to take the result himself to the consultant, Dr. Ugu. He took the results to him. I don't know what they discussed because I was still not fully conscious of what was going on. And I was booked for surgery on the 17th of July. Dr. Ugu checked on me in the morning and now said that my womb is like a 5-month pregnant woman. What they were suspecting, it's fibroid. But when I was taken into the theater room, they opened me up and now saw a different thing. My cervix has CIN1, cancer. My uterus was the one that enlarged up to that size of a 5-month pregnant woman. My left ovary borderline already established cancer. The doctor was talking to me because mine was, they injected me on my spinal cord. The doctor was talking to me and saying that I let this thing to go too far. My womb is bleeding excessively, that they need to cut it off. They now said I should call one of my family members to come in so that they will carry out the surgery. My younger sister came in. I was asking him, is there anything they can do to salvage the situation? He said no, that the bleeding cannot stop and the womb is already cancerous. What they saw, according to my younger sister, because she saw the content in the bucket, it's 2 small fibroids. The womb is enlarged. My womb was removed.
It's okay.
My left ovary was removed. My cervix was removed.
Is there anything?
And I am still single, not married. Everything about me dashed.
Sorry that I'm cutting you short at this point. Is there anything to show that this was actually done?
Yes, I have my histology result.
Okay, let me help. This is the histology report.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is, let me read it for you people. I'm sure it's showing on the screen. Received an entire uterus and cervix with a small fallopian tube and collapsed ovarian cyst, aggregate weight of 894 grams. The uterus is distorted by spherical masses, which is intramural multiple fibroid, was also seen in the... I don't fully understand this thing, but what I am seeing here is that the histology units got this for test, right?
Yes.
So, and what they got was they got an entire uterus, that is an entire womb, and they got a cervix, they got a fallopian tube, and they got an collapsed ovarian cyst. So these are the things that was given to the histology unit.
Yes.
All right. So the report is showing on your screen. Continue, please.
And before I went into the theater, the doctor was talking to my younger sister. He said, your sister is always doing Kadoshin and Kabashin. That's the prayer. That I didn't come in on time for them to remove the fibroid until it has reached a stage that I have a cancer on my cervix, my womb, and my ovary. My sister now said, no, my sister is a prayer warrior, and I believe that what God cannot do for her does not exist. I just told my sister, I am coming back to the same doctor. I'm sorry to use this word. Dr. Ugo is a very stubborn consultant. I said, I'm coming back to this doctor with my child. My antenatal will be here. That was what I told my sister. I now said, I am coming down to Abuja for my blessing from Papa. I didn't know that God was preparing something awesome for me. After everything, the doctor now said I should go for CA125 test after removing all those things. And I went and I brought the results. The CA12 test was reading 100.4 UL. Still cancer. It's still there with all those things that he has removed. I had to go for chemotherapy. He said I will start with 3 courses. Afterwards, I will rest a little, then come back for another 3 courses. I was not ready to go in there. I told my brother, my elder brother, told all of them that I'm not ready to take this chemotherapy. I'm from a military family. I have a strong faith in God. But the pressure from my elder ones was so intense that I cannot say no. I said, but I will prove them wrong. I went in for the 3 sections of chemotherapy. The cap is just covering what I am. I am bald. My hair is no more there. I went for the 3 sections, which is very, I can't even tell the experience. After the 3 courses, my faith jacked up again. On the altar of fire, I don't take communion. But I went to my church. I'm a winner, living faith member. I went to my church, bought my communion, bought the flesh and the blood. Every day on this altar, I partook of the communion, believing that God will make wonders. Because I'm going back to that hospital with a positive result, no more cancer. October 27th or 28th, a word came out from this altar from Papa. That you went in for surgery, everything that makes you a woman, the womb, the fallopian tube, cervix, were all removed. But hear me as I hear the Lord. Everything is restored. Go and check. I have so many work on my decks, planning for another exam, which is a private candidate examinations. I don't know how to take excuse again from the office. I was there, I received it, I believed it. After the prayers, I called my younger sister because she's my confidant. I explained to her, I say, I've received my word, I've received my healings, I've received back my womb. She now said, go and check. I told her, when I'm opportune, I will check. On Thursday, a lady testified. I said, no, this is my own testimony. On Friday, a lady testified again. That was when I said, no matter what is going to happen to me, I will leave this office and go for the scanning. And now make some inquiries from colleagues, friends. They now recommended a radiology hospital for me. I rushed there. When it was my time to go in, I went in with my bottle of water thinking that they are going to tell me to drink the water. I went in, but I was really pressed. Dr. Olaiton was the one that carried out the scanning himself. And in the process, somebody was at the outer room. He was reading out what he's seeing to her. She was typing. He now mentioned uterus. He was calling the dimension of the uterus, this by this centimeter worth. I had to stop him. I said, no, sir, I don't think I have uterus. He now said, what am I seeing? He continued scanning. He cleaned me up, scan, 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 and now ignored me. So when I went out, was waiting for my result, I saw uterus when it was handed over to me. I saw fallopian tube. I was scared. No. I now say, the person that handed the result to me, I asked him, can I please see Dr. Olaiton? He said yes. I was talking to him, he was on call. Friends were waiting for him outside. I was talking. He ignored me. I now decided to leave. So before I went for my bag, pick up everything, he has already stepped out before me with his friends. When I was leaving, he now said, madam, please come. What were you trying to tell me? I said, sir, my uterus was removed. My fallopian tube was removed. My cervix was removed. And now I'm having the result reading that I have uterus, fallopian tube. He now said, no, that your uterus is there. That was what he told me. I left, went back to the office. That was when I went on the line for testimony. I was communicating with my brother, and he now said I should go for another one. I said, I will do that. But I now remember that I had an appointment with my doctor in Kaduna. Then I collected my result from Jute.
So the appointment you had in Kaduna is an appointment
to bring the result for my CA1 to
right.
5.
Right. So
yes.
the report that you had from this first radiologist, the consultant radiologist, where is it? The first, is it here?
Yes, this is it.
This is the one from MedView Radio Diagnostic and Clinical Center. This one, right? So so that one is the one showing on the screen. This is the first one that shows that that everything is back.
Yes, sir.
So quickly let us know. I just want you to, because of our time, just quickly let us know how you went back again to the doctor. I'm interested in the doctor that did this thing. Just quickly.
I went to the doctor with my results. So when I was coming in, he's a very funny person and a very difficult person. Immediately I stepped into his office with my younger sister. He now said, Rose, I'm going to infuse you. Are you ready for that? And now say, sit and see what I brought before you. So when I went in, I sat down. So we started discussing. So I gave him the result of the CA125 from 100.4. The result is reading 10.35 UL, which is beneath the normal range. So I'm cancer-free.
Cancer is no longer there. NSPPD, okay, wait a bit. Let's finish.
I'm cancer-free. So I gave him the result. He went through it. And I don't want to tell him the result I got from Dr. Olaiton. I now told him that, please, doctor, can you give me a form that I can go for scanning because I don't understand what is going on underneath my lower abdomen. He now said, okay. He now wrote it and now went for the scanning. In the process of the scanning, I think the radiologist was seeing something else. So he now asked me, are you doing family planning? I told him no. He now said, I should give him some time. I should go out, take more water, of which I did. I took a bottle of water. I was so filled, and I became so pressed. So I told him I'm pressed. He now said I should come in. I went in. In the process, he was still not getting what he was really seeing. So he now said, please, a doctor should come in and assist him. So when the doctor came in, and she now collected the what do you call it? I don't really know. She started checking and she was saying, uterus, I'm seeing ICUD. Are you doing family planning? I told her no. She now said, okay. She now gave the equipment to the radiologist. He continued and he went to her. I don't know what they discussed. So they queried the ICUD, which they are seeing very close to my pelvis. So when I collected my result, I called the doctor. He now said I should meet him in the office. So I gave him the result. He was going through it. He was leaning on his desk and checking everything. He now said, no, it is no uterus they are seeing, that it's a different thing. So he now said, even the left ovary, he removed the left ovary. So why are they telling me that they are seeing a functional cyst? That why are they seeing a functional cyst on my left ovary? Because he removed the left ovary and left only the right ovary. So he was trying to explain some things. He now said, Rose, I'm coming. He went and picked my file himself and now dropped the file on the desk. He now said he did a total removal of my reproductive organs. Had it been it's a subtotal, it would have been a different thing. So he now drew the reproductive organ on a plain sheet of paper and now illustrated, because I'm not a doctor or something, I don't have knowledge on it. So he drew it. He now said he's drawing it to show me what he did. He now said he removed everything and left only the right fallopian tube. So there is no way they are seeing uterus. He now said, had it been he did a subtotal, that he would be thinking maybe they are seeing part of the uterus, which is the cervix, but he removed everything. Only him again, he leaned back to his chair, he started laughing, he was surprised. That was when I now brought out the results of Dr. Olaiton from Jos and now showed it to him. He saw them, he saw the two results, everything, with the two results side by side, everything are the same thing. So I now say, doctor, why is it that you are finding it very difficult to believe that the uterus is there, but you are telling me that I have enlarged liver? Enlarged liver, it's because of the chemotherapy that I went through. So the liver was fighting the drugs that was coming into my system. That was why it's enlarged. And he told me that with time, it would definitely go back to its normal size. He now said, I said, you are finding it very difficult to believe that uterus is there, but you believe the enlarged liver and other reports that I did. Why are you finding it very difficult to believe that there's uterus there? That was when he now said, medically, the uterus is not supposed to be there. This is a very difficult, doctor. I know why I'm still emphasizing this. The uterus is not supposed to be there. But with God, all things are possible. He confirmed that with his mouth. And he still confirmed that with his mouth, that God has given me a new uterus. I am that woman that God has shown mercy. For what God cannot do does not exist. Thank you, Jesus.
NSPPD, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. People of God, these are evidences of what the Lord has done. People of God, can you give the Lord a shout? Celebrate the God of NSPPD. Celebrate, 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 celebrate what our God cannot do. What our God cannot do. What our God cannot turn around. Who will not serve a God like our own? Anybody under the sound of my voice with any form of damaged organ, if your amen will thunder like a warrior, I announce the Lord is giving you a new one right now. Receive a new one right now. Receive a new one right now. Receive a new one right now. What God cannot do. Try. Thank you very much, brother. God bless you. You can go.
She said something. The 3 courses of the chemotherapy has been cancelled. No more cancer. I give God all the glory. Thank you, Jesus.
You didn't hear this testimony. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Rhoda. Somebody celebrate the Lord. Celebrate the Lord. Celebrate the Lord. Celebrate the Lord.